Oh, hey guys, Stuart here. It's going to be a big day today. I have finished my short story and we are about to go on an adventure and create from short story manuscript through cover design, uploading to Kindle, creating a paperback, and publishing it today. So it's going to be a big day, lots of video, lots of editing. I hope to have it finished shortly. So grab a coffee, grab a notepad. I promised this video for a while now, and here it is.
We're gonna publish.
So the first thing we have is our title page. I'm going to zoom out just to make you look at everything. There we go. My second page is going to be my dedication. Now you don't have to have a dedication in your book, but I like to have one. I think it's just something fun to do. I usually have a quote or a funny theme or something specific in mind, and I just like to always have that. Then you're going to have two blank pages. We'll get to that later. And then the beginning of your story. Now this story is only just over 6,000 words, 23 pages. Normally a story this long, I don't put a table of contents in it. But because this is going to be a lesson and your novel or story could be larger, it probably will be, I will show you how to do a table of contents. I also have a video on this, but since I haven't done it, I might as well do it here for you right now. First thing you want to do is find the heading of your first chapter. I will do that. You highlight it, and I press heading 1. Now you'll know that this happens because I explain it in a different video. It changes the font and the location. So it's an easy fix. I just go back to the center, go back to the way it was, and change the color back. Now you can have any kind of color you want. That's the beautiful thing about ebooks, but you have to be careful about what fonts you use. I generally recommend sticking with New Times Roman. It's easily converted for the Kindle because the last thing you want is to have a book that you've published and you're so proud of and no one can read it because it's full of squigglies and weird fonts that Amazon wasn't able to translate for the Kindle. So stick to New Times Roman and you won't go wrong. So I'll just do this for all 3 chapters and we'll be right back. Okay, now I've done this for all 3 chapters, plus my back matter. This is the thing you add to the back of your ebook, basically directing customers who are already reading your book to have a quick browse of your other books that you have for sale, provided you have other books for sale. So I always put the title here and also give it the heading and highlight it. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm just going to click here and type in table of contents. Hit enter. And now I go to references, table of contents, and insert table of contents right here at the bottom. Boom. That'll open this up. Now, because this is a Kindle ebook, you do not want to have page numbers showing. So no page numbers. Always have from hyperlinks is what you want. If you have multiple chapters, you could of course have multiple headings, but we just have one. And again, for a book this size, I wouldn't really put chapters in it. It's too short. But your book is probably going to be longer, and you might want to know how to do this. A clickable table of contents. And then, okay. Now that is really tiny. It's just a default setting. You can still change it. So go back home, center it. I like to go back to New Times Roman and make it nice and big. The reason to make it nice and big is because this is a clickable table of contents. So that means people on their Kindles, people on smartphones and whatnot, might want to click on something. Presuming this is a long story, they might want to go to, chapter 7 or chapter 8. without having to scroll through it. So they want to be able to click your link. And if they can't click it because they're too close together or it's too small, you're just going to have grumpy people. And the last person you want in the world to be grumpy is a customer. So I'm going to space them out. I can even space them out more. Okay, so I have my 3 chapters plus the back matter. And I'm going to change this to a different font. Not font, I mean, sorry, color. It's a nice color to use. There we go. And I'll make it bold. And there's my table of contents. Now I can test it, of course. So I go Control click, brings me to the first one. Control click, brings me to the second one. Control click, brings me to the third one. And Control click brings me to the back matter. Now, one point I should mention. Let's just take one of these. When you do a new chapter, at the end of the previous chapter, so wherever your text is ending, right here, you want to do a couple spaces and then insert page break right here. Why? So that when your new chapter starts, it's always on a fresh page. It just makes it look nicer. So always do that. Now we have our cover page here. We have the dedication, which is optional. We've created the table of contents. We still have some more work to do. We have another blank page here. And here I'm going to insert my standard legal blurb. Now you might want to create one of your own and have it saved. I just have a standard one that I liked, and I have it saved and I use it every time. Standard legal blurb. This is just one page document. I just highlight it. I copy or cut. And then I close that and I go over here and I go paste. Oh, you know why I did that? Because I had an extra table of contents. Let me just fix that. There we go. Go back to center. Yeah, you can sometimes get messed up with your page breaks, but there you go. Page break. Should be back to normal now. Let me just double check. So I have my cover page, my dedication, my table of contents, my standard legal blurb, and boom, page 1, ready to start. What have I forgotten? Oh yes, I have forgotten my catalog at the end. I also have that as a saved document. So where do I? Promo links. There's my promo links. Now I update this from every couple months just so that it looks different, and I just updated it today. So I'm going to you want to keep it pretty short. You don't want like 9 pages of stuff you've written, you know, it's just too much. So I try to keep it down to 2 to 3 pages. And some of my older stuff I've just removed. I have a little link here. It's a clickable link. Actually, let me show you how to do that. Why don't I do that right now? Clickable link to a web page. Okay, hang on. Let me just highlight that and go remove hyperlink. Okay, so you have to find your page you're working on. So here's my page on Amazon for JJ Stuart, sexy man. He's not me, by the way. It's just a professional model who looks a hell of a lot better than I do. Anyway, so you take your link up at the top here, and you highlight it, you right click, and you copy it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then we go back to our document here, and we highlight where we want the link to be. Okay, and then we go to insert hyperlink. Okay, insert hyperlink, click yes. Okay, and you have some options here. You want to hit browse pages. So right there, put there, paste. So the text display is right there. We've highlighted it. We've added our link that we copied and pasted. Hit OK. And there we go. Now let's just test it. So I'll close that page and we will test it. So to test it, you go Control and click. Boom. Let's hope it works. And there it is. So now, at the end of my story, I will have a link that someone can click to. So I can show them all the things I have. And you can go really crazy on this. You could have each and every one of these linking to a story. But I find that's just, they can read it. They know your name. They know you're on Amazon. They can search your page. So I give them a little bit of a, you can click this if you want. And but that's completely up to you. So I'm going to select all and then copy. And I'll go back to my other document here and I will paste. So I don't need this because I've already added the clickable link in it. So I'll just remove this part. I'll bring this up because I want it to be 2 pages and no more. That looks good. I'll get rid of the last page there. If you do it right, it looks professional. Okay. Now I also want to add a clickable link here because I'm putting at the end of my book a little note saying that this book is part of a lesson on my YouTube channel showing you how to publish, edit, do table of contents, make covers and whatnot. So I want to give the person who buys this down the road a chance to actually watch this video. And so I need to make that link right now. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go find my YouTube channel and create a link for that. So I'm going to go JJ Stewart's YouTube link. That sounds good. Highlight that and I'm going to go up here to hyperlink and browse pages. Put here and paste. And then click OK. And there we go. Now it's ready. Now what I didn't mention was that before all this, when you finish writing, this is just housekeeping. But when I finish writing, I use Grammarly. After I've proofread it once or twice, made some corrections of my own, then I run Grammarly, which is a great program, and they're not paying me, but this is my own opinion. And it catches, you know, it doesn't matter how many times you read something, it'll catch something like, oh, a comma, you know, or some little phrase that could be a little bit better. No matter how many times you read it, you always miss something. So I run Grammarly, very, very last thing I do at the very end. And then I do the housekeeping. So here is how it looks. So we have Training Another Man's Wife, a kinky short story, book 1, oral arguments. You can guess the topic of this book. And there's the story, my standard legal blurb, table of contents, all the way to the end, where I have my little YouTube link, I have my catalog, and a click to my Amazon page. So there you go. Nice and pretty and colorful. Now I will save it. Don't ever forget to not save. That's embarrassing. So there, that's done. Now we're going to make our cover. Fun, 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 fun. So you want to make a cover match your story, or at least give the reader a quick, brief, impression of what your story is about. Now this picture is ginormous. It is just huge. So before I do this, actually, let me just go into here. I use I use paint.net. You can use whatever program you want. I use paint.net because it's free. And who doesn't like free? So I've opened my picture and it's filling my page, but the dimensions are gigantic. So I'm going to resize it. Okay, so as you can see, it's now at 18 by 24, but I want 16 by 24 because the ratio is 3 to 2. So counting by 8s, that's 800 plus 800 is 1600 plus 800 is 2400, and that would be a 3 to 2 ratio. So I need to cut this down a little bit. Now, how do I do that? Because if I don't maintain aspect ratio and just make this 1600, oops, too many zeros. Look how squished that is. That looks horrible. I'm going to show you a trick. And this is why one of the reasons why I like this program is I can crop it. So here we go. I collect my cropping tool. And there you go. I can just crop it like that. Now at the bottom here you can see it gives you the dimensions. And what I do is I do move selection, which gives me these little circles, which lets me pull it. So I can make it wider, shorter, or adjust the sides. And as I do that, you'll see the numbers at the bottom changing. Okay. So I want to make it 2400. So there we go, 2400. You can see it right there. Now I want it to be 1600 wide. So I want to tweak the sides in a little bit. Just until I'm at 1600. A little bit over here. Oh, a little too far. 16, there. And I'll bring the bottom down just a bit. 24. There you go. 16 by, okay, 2401. That's fine enough. Okay, and then I will go up here and hit crop. Crop, boom. Now I have the right size. Okay. I find this picture a little bit bright, so I'm going to adjust the brightness and contrast. Bring it down a bit. That's better. Now I see a lot of stuff on her chest and some wrinkles and stuff on her hands. So a nice effect I have here is reduce noise. See, that just smoothens it out a bit, blends it a bit. And hit OK for that. And that's basically all I need for this right now. So I will save it. Save it always to the highest quality. There we go. And I'm done with this picture. But I'm going to leave the program open because we're going to be using it again shortly. Okay, here's my program I use. It's called befunky.com. It's a great little website. Again, they're not paying me. I'm not a spokesman for them. I just really like how easy their little website is to use. You upload your photo, do all the changes, then download it all from the website. It's very nice. I think it costs about $10 a year, and it's well worth it. So here we have our picture that we've darkened a bit, and we took away some of the noise. Now this is the fun part where we get to make our cover. First thing I always do is beautify. Gives a bit more vibrance to it. I can make it super vibrant, which is too much, or down a bit. Just gonna make it a little bit more vibrant because you want your picture. Your picture's your thumbnail on Amazon it's the initial hook. You know, people are going to be scrolling through hundreds of books, page after page. You want something that stands out, and boom, this is going to say something to customers who like the sort of thing that women can do with their mouths. Sorry, don't know how to say that differently. I like vignette. I call it vinaigrette, which is actually really good. And it just darkens the edges a little bit. I don't know. You don't have to do that, but I like it. There we go. And I can twink different things like the exposure or highlights. And there's nothing wrong with just experimenting. You can spend quite a lot of time here. You know, changing things around. Things like that. So, actually I didn't mind that. What did I do over here? Darkened it a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. There's different effects you can do and textures. Just for examples, you can add all kinds of funky things to your picture. You know, like that's not bad. You know, I can make it less or more, but you want to have room for your text. So I'm going to be putting the text down here. But yeah, feel free to experiment with it or whatever program you use. There's other things you can do. Oops, don't have a favorites. Featured. You can make it really funky, chromatic. What else can we do? What was the one I really liked the other day I tried? What the heck was it called? Was it HDR? No. Well, that's neat, but no. Yeah, you can, like I said, you can spend a lot of time experimenting with different things here. Now, I also have to say that you don't have to make your own covers. I mean, once you're rich and famous, you don't make your own covers. You know, Stephen King or J.K. Rowling, they don't make their covers. They just have other people do it. But we're not rich and famous yet, you know, but we're getting there. We're working at it. I'm trying to think of ways of making my cover stand out. That looks like a kind of cool. Yeah, let's go with that for now. Okay. Now onto the text. I'm going to add a text. Okay, and you can do touch-ups on mascara, eye color, lipstick, anything you want to do. But I like how this looks. So once we're done, I'm going to hit save, and it goes right back to your computer. And I save it because you keep the originals, and any changes you make, you rename. So I'm going to call this oral underscore arguments. And you always want to have it highest quality. So I've already done that. Save. So I saved it back to my computer. And this is where I kept paint.net open because now I want to verify it. And there it is. I want to verify that it's all the same because sometimes when you tweak it, it actually changes the dimensions. So I want to make sure it's still at 300. I want to make sure that the width is 1600. Oops. And this is going to be 2400, right? And then OK. And now I noticed, where was I again? Resize, there you go. I notice that it's slightly over, so I'm not going to maintain aspect ratio. I'm just going to tweak this 11 pixels, and you won't even notice it in the final product. And there. Now we have our cover. Okay, our next step. Da-da-la. There we go. Now we get into Amazon. So I am going to log into my Amazon account and not show you guys because this is all going to be blurry. Neener, neener. So log into your account and go Kindle ebook. Boom. They will ask you once again to log in, which I will do. And it brings you to this page. So the book title for this one is called Oral Arguments. And the subtitle is Training Another Man's Wife. You know what? I'm going to use that as my series. No, that's a horrible series name. What's the series name going to be? Submissive Training. And it's book number 1. No addition. So I'll do first name, JJ. Last name, Stuart. And this is you have contributors in case you have more than one. It's optional, but since I'm the author and creator of everything, I will do this. Now you have 4,000 words. It's like the world's biggest Twitter post to make your description. So I will pause this video while I decide to make it how to make a description and also make a coffee. I'll be right back. So there is my description. Some people have long descriptions, some people have short ones. But remember, it's not size that matters, it's what you do with it. Now I need 7 keywords. Now this is crucial for people who are going to be searching for specific kinks or topics or whatever genres they're looking for. In my case, for erotica, I want to have things that people looking for my story are going to be typing in the search engine. Now, these aren't set in stone. Later on, if I find my book's not selling or I've missed the mark a little bit, I can tweak these and then resubmit. So I think that will work. Okay, now categories. Let's go to categories. It's definitely non-fiction. I mean, yeah, in my dreams. Sorry, I mean, it's definitely fiction. And because it's going to be for people rating erotica, this automatically puts it in the above 18 category. Nothing I can do about it. It's not a romance. It's not really anything else. But there's a ton of different things you can put it under. And I might go short stories as well. So it's erotica and it's a short story. You can only pick 2, and I think that best fits it. Don't be stupid and put your book in categories that don't relate to what you're writing about. It just annoys customers, and they won't read your book because it's not what they're looking for. So try to be as accurate as you can. Save that. And it automatically put it in the 18 plus, which is fine because I don't want kids reading this. And I'm ready to release my book now. So save and continue. So that was our first step. Okay. Oh, I did add this. Before it was just submissive training. I put series behind it, which is fine. So there we go. Everything's done for our first page. So save and continue. This is where you hear elevator music, and we're done. Digital rights management. I always do that just so people don't, what is it, pirate your work and stuff like that. It kind of like encrypts it a little bit. So now I'm going to browse for my document, which I saved in a folder because I'm smart. And you are too. So miscellaneous, da 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 da. Oral arguments, book 1. And open. Now it's just going to upload it and convert. And right now it says it's processing your file. So while it's doing that, we can do our cover. Now we're not going to use our cover creator, even though we can, because we have mad skills and can do ourselves. So I'm going to browse. And look, right where I saved it. Oral arguments. Open. Let that upload. La 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 la. It goes right from your hard drive. So this is why it's important to always have folders. Every book, every series, name your drafts, name your final copies, have another folder for promo links, legal blurbs, another folder for original photo stock, everything. You can't be too organized. You have to treat this as a business. Okay. So right now they're both processing, which is fine. And there's our cover. And that's how the thumbnail will look. Oral arguments. Now looking at this, I could probably make that darker. And if I wasn't in the middle of making a video, I would probably go back to my book JPEG and change that to maybe a dark purple or something. Because right now it's pretty light to see. And, well, you know what? If you're going to do something, you might as well do it right. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to make the changes and then re-upload. So for you, it'll only be a second, but for me, it'll be like 10 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back again through the magic of editing. That took, what, 1 second? Yeah, I know I'm fast. So I have re-uploaded a brand new cover with darker fonts and letterings. My manuscript has been processed, and it says there are no spelling errors. Yay! If you see a message saying you have spelling errors, then fix them. Do not keep going and just ignore it. You want your book to be as professional and classy and clean and crisp as you can make it. And spelling checks is definitely something you can fix. So once all that's done, we're going to launch our Kindle ebook preview and cross our fingers. So there is our cover. See how I made it a little bit offset? You can still see the original yellow underneath. I just put darker letters slightly higher. Makes it look like I meant to do that, which is good. There's our cover page. My dedication. My big table of contents, yay. See, now you can see why I put spacing here. Because people with fat fingers can hit that if they're reading it on a small device. Standard legal blurb. Oral arguments. A handwritten note. Okay, it's page 1. And I know it takes time, but you've invested a lot in your story. And you've spent time on editing and creating a cover and uploading it. Don't skip this step and not take a look at how it looks. Maybe partway through something went really squirrely. I'm not saying read your entire book. This is not the time to be doing reading edits. But you want to make sure that the formatting works, the pages all look good, the font is quite readable. There's my YouTube link because the story is going on my YouTube channel. Well, actually, what am I saying? You already know that because you're watching it. This is for readers of the book to go, oh wow, he did a video on this, and then they might come to see this video later. So if that's you, hello. Yes, I'm JJ Stuart, and hope you liked my book, by the way. There is my catalog. Now, I'm not worried about the size because fonts can change. Let's see, you can go to a smaller font. You'll see things better. You might have it on an e-reader instead of on a tablet. In that case, you won't get color, but still, Or maybe you're really, really blind and you can hardly see it all, You can change the fonts. But anyway, enough of that. So that's how the book looks. I likes it. There's no spelling errors. I've previewed it. All this ISBN stuff, don't worry about it. Go to save and continue. Now we get the payoff. Hopefully, KDP Select. Do I want to enroll it? If you don't know what this is basically the program that allows people who have the Netflix version of Amazon can borrow books. It's like Amazon becomes their personal library. And for a fee every month, they can download as many books and read them as they want. And the author gets paid by how many pages are read, which works out to about 0.00054 cents per page. And when you're doing a 21-page book, you don't make a lot of money on shorter volumes to make it worthwhile. I would rather someone spend actual dollars buying the book than reading it for free. Now, on the other hand, some of my longer works, which run into hundreds of pages, I do put in this program because even though they borrow it, I make almost as much for them to borrow and read it as an actual sale. So for short works, I don't put it in here. For long works, yes, you can. Okay, so I am not going to enroll it. I'm going all territories. Okay. You could do a price comparison, which I'm not going to. Now there's different royalties. You can get 35% or 70%. So let's see what it will look like if I sell this for $2.99. I make $1.05 at 35% royalties. At 70% royalties, I make $2.07. Now the difference between the two is at 70%, you have to sell it at $2.99 to $9.99. Okay? So this is the least amount I can sell it if I want this royalty. Will someone pay $3 for this book? Yeah, probably. Or I could put it at 35%, and this is from 99 cents to $2. And for this, you don't pay any fee, which could be a couple cents. So I could make this book 99 cents. Oh my gosh, clicking everywhere today. And that means at 99 cents, I'd only make 35 cents a copy. So I'd have to sell 3 of these at $1 to make as much as I do at 70%. So let's go $2.99. And there's the delivery fee, 3 cents. And my royalty, $2.07. So that's what I'll leave it at. And it also converts it, so you don't have to add these in. You can if you want, but it takes your $2.99 US and converts it into all these different countries' currencies, so people there can read it. Now I don't sell a lot of my erotica like anywhere in the world except Canada, the Netherlands, England, and for some reason Germany. Man, those people are freaky over there. They buy a ton of my stuff. I don't know why Germans love my stuff, but hey, hello Germans. Love you people. Keep buying. Okay. I'm not going to... Oh, sorry. To allow lending, you have to... if your book is at 70% royalties, you have to allow lending, which means someone who buys it can lend it to someone for a couple of days and they can decide to buy it or not. If your book is at the lower royalty rate, at the 35% right here, then you can unclick this and they can't lend your book to anyone. So it's kind of like, hopefully they don't, but if they do, hey, that might lead to more sales. So let's publish. And it's saving. Cha-ching. Show me the money. Now, I'm going to start the paperback, but not right now, because, my gosh, this is taking me hours to do. So, I'm going to put this video up, and then I'll do a second video on taking this exact same book and turning it into paperback. So right now, we're just waiting for this to get approved. It's in review. Okay? And this could take an hour, 12 hours, maybe tonight it'll be live, maybe tomorrow, you know, who knows. But it goes through, I guess, a little kind of a bot machine that searches for bad things or copyrighted material. You know, say I just totally ripped off someone's book, well, it would detect that, you know. And if it gets flagged, then an actual person will look at it, and they will take a look at what you have wrong with it and so forth. And if that happens, your book will be blocked like this one is. This is the second book I ever wrote, the Wife Slave series for Jake and Robin. And it was blocked because I had a police interrogation scene. I talk about this in another video, but I'll explain it again. I had a police interrogation scene that kind of got, I don't know, crossed the line for what Amazon will allow. So they blocked the book. So I rewrote it and submitted it, and brand new cover, brand new everything, and so far it's no problems. It's selling like hotcakes. Well, slightly lukewarm hotcakes, or leftover hotcakes. Okay, it used to sell really good, but not so much now. But that's fine. That's the nature of the business. So I will wait until this is alive and up on Amazon, and then we'll come back and we will create a paperback. Completely different process, and one that's well worth learning how to do. And once you learn it, it's so easy. So there you go. I hope my video didn't put you to sleep. If you are still awake, congratulations and thank you. Subscribe to my videos, my channel, buy my books. Let me know what you think, and yeah, doing this for you guys, and hope it's really helped. So have yourself a good night and take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, just a quick update. After I finished editing the video, I decided to check Amazon and see how my book's coming, and it is in the publishing phase. So that means anytime in the next few hours, it will be live. So, yay! It made it through the bots. It won't be blocked like this one is. So yeah, maybe not tomorrow because I have to get back on schedule for writing, but maybe in the next few days I will start working on a video turning this exact book into a paperback. And kind of excited. It's going to be awesome. So have a great night. Take care. And I'll see you tomorrow or another day or sometime. God, my brain is fried. I need coffee. Okay, see ya.